Bushmills, single malt. You caught my gaze across the room, over the bar's blaring voices, and the clinking of glass, with a barely perceptible nod. Your dark, shadowy eyes had an insouciant look, untroubled by the world's woes. A slight sardonic smirk wrapped itself around your curvaceous lips. Raise your glass in a silent toast to the jokers, jesters, and fools still out there searching for love, that holy grail, by sifting through the sands for diamonds. Gesture me over from the bar, a Lorelei calling me to the rocks, presaged way to my fall. I fly into your web, wholly ensnared by your charms. With visions of paradise, I approach your body, lithe, lean, and taut, wrapped in obsidian silk, a scarlet brooch upon your breast, two rubies in your ears, carmine shone upon your lips, round, full, and pierced, as for a question, or maybe for a kiss. You nod for me to take a seat, like a male entering the widow's lair. Warily, I take a seat.
What will you have?
You queried. Bushmills, neat, single malt, I replied. High sign to the server. Quickly gives the order, and a Bombay sapphire gimlet. On the rocks, a double. I settle in, awaiting your gambit, pondering my counter moves, gazing through half-lidded eyes. Softly ask my name. I am no one, and nobody special. Just call me Sam. It's all the same. Who shall I call this mysterious lady of the night, appearing like a wraith in the night?
Morgan Le Fay, from your description, my friends just call me Kate.
Of all the gin joints on a hot summer's night, angel or demon smiling at me, are you my salvation, my longing for eternity? Well, Lady Kate, what brings you here on a sultry summer night, when the stars are so clear? Broadening your grin, teeth white as an orca's belly, pupils expand, black brollies popped out, head softly shakes to your silent laugh.
Well played, gallant sir. A strong opening move, as if we are engaged in that oldest of dance. Let's say that I am and play out the melody.
Now, with a sip of your gin, calmly and coolly,
I'm out tonight to not be so lonely, to feel the hustle and bustle of people in love.
ah, love, sweet nectar of the gods, intoxicating as any strong drink, clouds your vision, judgment. Your lover becomes your lotus flower. I lift my whiskey to my lips. The amber potion glides past my tongue. Gentle heat of smoldering coals fills my mouth for a heartbeat or two. What attracts you to love? A moth of the night, frequenting bar rooms, where the hunter is the hunted, where passions rarely last more than the night. Taking another sip of gin mixed with lime, savoring the tartness and essence of pine.
Some fires burn bright and last past the light, lasting a lifetime. That's part of why I come. Then there are the cynics who have forsworn love behind their plate mail armor. Soft, lost puppy hearts beat, pumping still warm blood that runs through easily cut veins.
Rolling my whiskey round in my glass, pondering all she had said. It's Morgan Le Fay, I should call you instead. A sorceress of heartstrings, and how they tangle, twist, and twine. Speak like the poet's voices, incantations, such seductive spells. Trap the mortal's longings, their souls, in velvet cells. Toss back your head, body shook with laughter, rang, peal upon peal, as tears glistened the corners of your heavy-lidded eyes. When your spasm subsided, gazed at me with a smile, a glint in your amber orbs.
It's a way with words. You have yourself spinning and weaving the warp and weft. Fancy yourself a singer of songs, spinner of tales, brother to the bards.
Leaning forward, crouched as if to pounce, your chin gently perched on sleek, cupped hands.
I'll wager a bit that a time or two you've dipped a pen and dabbled your way through a verse more or less, pooh-poohed as doggerel, lest people think you're ever so vain. I'll double down that you held your own with the best of the pack, and come up flowers blooming gaily after winter is shorn.
Tried my best Cheshire grin at your heap of praise, poured back my whiskey and flagged down one more, pondering what to reply to such accolades. You're clearly an orator, mistress of rhetoric, rarely losing an argument with that smooth silver tongue. Your voice so mellifluous, words drip from the comb, a loquacious charmer, like the Pied Piper, used to having your listeners follow wherever you go. Were I not so mercenary, but a heart-sick legionnaire, I'd follow you bravely to storm the ramparts of hell. I glanced at you wearing a poker-faced mask, an eyebrow arched, an inquisitive bow. Dames like you, such sweet temptation, a siren's call to destruction and ruin, begins with a taste of nectared surrender, a touch of nirvana, but ecstasy fades after 2 little days, strung out like crankheads, jonesing for crystal, willing to do anything for your next kind words. Bared your teeth, a she-wolf's grin, mischievous twinkle in those agate eyes.
Ah, I'm femme fatale, the deadly black widow, leading poor innocent men off to their eternal doom. Who gave me such powers? The gods or the demons, or the endless desires men hold in their hearts? I say, I have no power save what you gave me. Men chase after me because of their dreams I cannot make real. Dreams of what never existed. They're full of despair when they realize all they've been chasing was just a candy floss cloud.
Narrowing your eyes slowly, gazing at me as if you wished you could transform them to hot laser beams.
How am I responsible for the fantasies of men who undress me in their minds a dozen times daily? Put me on a pedestal that I never asked for, like some shiny bauble of no dearer worth than a shilling and a tuppence. If I'm better off than my sisters, it's all by luck and chance that I was able to parlay, knowing when to fold and when to bluff. So men see me as dangerous when they have lost their power over me. All I have is what every woman wants. I'm able to choose to be me.
You leaned back in your chair as if you were waiting to see what I might reply. My mind feverishly parsing my thoughts through a sieve ever so closely. I was on thin ice. I couldn't deny. I can see why men seek so to pursue you and to see you as such a great prize. Blindly follow in your footsteps, the passing glance, for they think only they have caught your eye. Pavlov's dog salivating, your hips sounding bells to their wandering eyes. But there'll be no feeding tonight. No one wants to be someone's trinket, gained to be put on display. A person's a pearl of much greater worth, a price too precious to pay. I've never wanted to settle, to marry, to look like the others. I've never wanted to own or be owned. They would be with me for as long as they would, pass like the summer, and they'd be gone. Sad to see them leaving, but no tears to shed. All the good memories stored up in my heart are mine till I am dead. You, Lady Kate, with a half smile on your chestnut face, listened intently to my soliloquy, with an occasional nod, bobbing your head slightly here and there.
So, you're a man who likes to be somewhat footloose and fancy free, gathering your rosebuds while you may blowing your kisses to all the fair maids who got away. Have you never once wanted a love who chose not to leave but stay for the run until the last curtain call to see the years passing both side by side, your partner And your best friend? So content to see them leave. Never asked any to stay. Who
The
will be
sun is
sitting there by your bed as you count your final days, telling you stories of days so long ago,
just vanished.
of
The sun
laughing
is
at your side?
Oh, sweet Lady Kate,
Love
such a
belongs
soft
alone,
spot do you hide
but it drags
in that well-armored heart,
heartbeat break.
guarded by walls so high, naked and alone. I came into this world, and so it's the same. I'll go down to my tomb. There were those I wanted to stay, but the choice was theirs alone, not mine to sway, to beg or cajole, to stay or leave is each person's choice. If I, as I am, was not enough, and they could not tell me what more did they need, how else do people know what each other needs? The burr under the saddle continued to chafe. I'll never read minds. Can't guess worth a shit. You've got to tell me straight to my face. I'm a crazy old fool, so set in my ways. I knew how to love without holding tight. My half forgotten whiskey stared back at me from the table, calling my name softly, away from my rambling oration. Taking a draught of poaching's first cousin, I thought to myself, am I trying to outcharm the goddess? Now, I sit in this bar, drink whiskey now and again, listen to the ladies whose husbands don't seem to have time enough for them. Some of them flirt a little half-heartedly, just to see if they can still do it again. I pretend to be flattered, and we both know it's all a grand charade. She's off to home and TV with hubby, while I stare at my walls and watch the paint fade.
Well, Sam, sir,
You laughingly exclaimed.
I'm not at all sure that you're not trying your whiling ways. A subtle charmer on a weary cobra.
Cocked your head for a sideways glance.
Soften me up with a melancholy song. Tug on my heartstrings. Lower my guard. Roil my emotions. Turn me ass over teacup.
Pausing for a moment, as if it were pregnant with portent.
It's been a long time since anyone made me impulsively commit to anything without weighing out all the consequences of each and every move on the board. You, good sir, though you are tempting, have not shown me quite enough.
Taking a final sip from your now tepid gimlet, you set the glass down slowly.
I'll have what you are. I'm not much for whiskey and never tried a single malt.
You ordered another double, turned back to me.
What I want at this stage of my life is someone not possessive, who's there when I need him, lets me be when I don't, knows just what I want without me even asking, knows where to scratch before I even itch. From all the many, far too many, that I have ever known, that one is a pipe dream. So here I am, in the real world, with all I have left is to find a decent second best.
I thought to myself, you aren't asking for much. The stars and the moon and some pixie dust. I stared into my drink, my pulse whispering in my ears over the hubbub all around, but still so soft to catch. Yes, the perfect man does not exist, nor the perfect woman. So I replied, they say the best is the enemy of the good. Spend our lives searching for that something better than what we have today. I grew up not having much, so I was always grateful for whatever good came along my way in life. Some things so much better than others, some just middling fare. I learned the Buddha was so very right when he said to desire is to suffer. Just what do you define as a decent second best? Not asking this as an audition, but your best is asking for an awful lot. Just what is it that will satisfy enough of your desires? You looked lost in thought for a minute or two, straightened your back before your reply.
No one's asked me just what I would accept, and I hadn't really tried to define it. I can't tell you what I want, but like Justice Stewart, I will know it when I see it. I definitely want someone who has no desire to be possessive or cling to me. I want someone to make me laugh and laugh at my silly jokes. Make me a decent cup of coffee and a soft boiled egg. And he has to know how to quench the fires inside. The rest, I'll know when I see it.
After your words, the silence hung. I had no haste to jump in with a reply. We sat there some moments, savoring the whiskey, our little communion. Whiskey's better than wine. Raise my glass, meet your gaze. Slange ma, good health. You smile.
I'm Proset.
Sweet Lady Kate, I'm glad that I met you. If you've seen the movie, you'll know the line. You know, Louis, This could be the start of a beautiful friendship. Laughingly, you gasp.
Where is the nearest Free French garrison? Have I already shot Major Strasser? Told them as ever, round up the usual suspects? Nobody's ever tried that line before. Though, from what I've seen, I'm not sure it's a line.
I told you, Kate, this isn't an audition. Take me home or leave here alone. It's the same to me. But what I don't want is for you to walk out that door and make it last forever and never see you again. I'm not going to say things like I love you. That's childish and cheap and won't get you to stay. The truth is, you're the most interesting person I have talked to in all of my life. The first one, I'm not willing to lose. For me, this is not easy. I feel like a schoolboy asking his crush out on his first date. Laugh all you want, at me or with me. But I'd love to see you here. Same time next week. Face, gone sphinx-like, gazing back, sat there several minutes before you replied. The most anxious moments in my chaos-filled life.
Sam, I believe you, though I won't take you home. At least, not tonight. I'd like to see you drink some more whiskey based on tonight. You show promise as a decent second best.
20 years, and that night still burns in my memory. Sweet Lady Kate, my Morgan Le Fay, I'm here with a gift to tuck into your coffin. A last bottle of Bushmills for on the other side.